Hey everyone, this is Tracy with Color Me This. This is our daily color, episode 74, and we are going to continue on with the trucks. I have done more blocking in of colors. There's some little bits of coloring that I left for us to work on, as well as finishing. I left the colors a bit rough, and I thought rather than me going away to finish everything, I would get the more of the roughed in areas finished so that I can share with you sort of how I do the finishing to the pencil coloring. So the first thing that I am going to work on, which I have in my hand, is they're going to start at the top. I left one pot from yesterday that I just now noticed. So I have fuchsia, C014, and I had said that I would go ahead and use this little tiny pot is fuchsia, so I would make this one match. And then in addition, I'm going to go ahead with my fuchsia colors, and I'm going to grab, I have a pink, and it literally is the color pink, C038. And I am going to use the pink to do some finishing of this particular very colorful VW bus. I did put the darkened windows, as I said, as well as the light blue. So that part's been done. I have some little accenty bits that I think I'm going to chrome. And I believe I'm going to use a silver, maybe a Signo. I have 3 different silvers, and I will play with those. I don't have them here with me. So I see some tooth, and I'm just going along here, filling in the tooth. I hope everybody had a good day today. I have finally managed to get a little bit ahead of the game. Next week my family arrives on Tuesday night, so my daily color may be impacted, most likely will be. I haven't decided how this will all work, so it's possible I will try to film in advance so you won't even know. We'll see how many episodes, if I can get ahead of the game. And sadly, because I'm coloring in the book start to finish, you will know if I'm ahead, because you'll see likely the image to the right or to the left. The one on the right, if the one on the right is finished and we're working on the one on the left, and you'll kind of know I've worked ahead. So I'm going to experiment with that and see how that works. I believe I now have filled in all of the fuchsia with pink. And then I can go back in here with the fuchsia. I even have, I had in my hand an even darker, oh, that one's just plain red. In a way, I love these Kalour 120 colors because they're just very simple and to the point. Oh, I have it right here. I have coral red, which is my darkest of the 3. I brought out a trio in the pinks that I've been working on the page, and that is the pink, the fuchsia, and coral red. So I am going to pop in a little bit with this coral red. We have some hash marks here, and I can, oh, and I'm going to have to clean that. I went over the line. if I can get that even sharper. Sharper. So again, what I am focusing on today is more of the finishing that I generally, so far in my pages I've done, I have saved the finishing touches to do on my own. I'm thinking I'm even going to do, I know this has already been 2 days, this is day 3, but I might do like a partial day where I do the metallics. So I do the chrome. It's just kind of fun and relaxing to go through and just add all of the finishing little touches here and there. I need to come back. I have a lovely dark purple. I even have the azure color, so this is the lightest aquamarine to the light blue, but I have as my darker color for this, I have a variety. I have sea green that gets really dark. That's my darkest of the 3. So aquamarine, azure, and sea green, although azure is actually the blue, and that is right here. Okay, so I hear a large vehicle outside, which is not unusual, being that we're in an RV park. So I am darkening up some areas of this. And then the very back. We will see how much I can get done with you all. All right, so I do have the aquamarine. And now I'm just filling in this tooth. Giving it a bit of a more finished look. Switching to the azure, which is a bit of a diagonal right here. It's the blue that blends in perfectly. I really like this azure to purple blend. And then again, I have lighter blues. I have a full range, so I can grab the sky blue. I have deep sky blue and azure are the 2 darker colors. This is the color. I've done the sky here in 2 colors. I blended lighter in the middle here with sky blue and then went around the edges with the deep sky blue. All right, so that's looking pretty good. The purple, I have a few different colors floating around. Those are my browns. That's the Oxford blue, which is the darkest of the purples. thought, oh, here's the purples. So I have, for my 3 purples, oh, that's slate. Wrong color. All right, so these are my 3 purples, lavender, purple, and Oxford blue. So I am going to do the lavender because I think this purple is quite dark, and I'm just wanting to blend out the tooth from this, and then the pot above is looking pretty good. So I'm going to leave that. I actually really like, after I've blocked all my colors in, it's nice to give everything the finishing touch. So that is looking quite fun and finished. Coming back with some chrome bits and then coming back for the seat and the steering wheel. Moving on. I wanted to come down here, grab my browns, and do the chocolate. I'm calling it the chocolate cake truck. Oops, I just dropped one of the purples on the ground, but I think I don't need it for a while. All right, so I grabbed some browns. I also have these 2 lighter browns, and perhaps since they're in my hand, I'm going to go ahead and work on the waffle cone. This is the darker color of the 2. This is not a straw. I am assuming that this is like a spoon, you know, the wood spoon when you would get ice cream as a kid, like at Baskin Robbins. I think they have pink plastic ones as well. So this should not take too long to get this nice brown, the ochre colors, light ochre and ochre, right? Let's see. Oh, sorry, light ochre and clay. And I'm not blocking them in since we're working on some finishing. You're going to see I'm going to go ahead and go pretty dark. The colors of this 120 set does not include a bone, tan, any of those fun, really light colors. I should have possibly considered doing a pastel set with this, actually. All right, so I'm gonna grab the 2 browns. I have syrup and dark brown as well, and they are going to help us get a beautiful set of chocolate cakes. This is the color called syrup. To me, this is the milk chocolate syrup. I believe I'm even going to grab in my glaze set that I have, the jelly roll glaze. I think I might have red, and I think these little teeny tiny dots would make nice cherries on top. Okay, I'm going to take dark brown. And it is very dark brown, isn't it? I then am going to just have a third color tone. Since I'm calling it the chocolate truck, I'm going to grab this and use the tan. This is the caramel topping. That's what we're going to call it. So there's my 3 cakes. And then I've got the paneling on the truck on the back. It's not quite wood paneling like the Christmas tree. I also filled in the wheel wells with gray all around so that everybody matched. And I had started blocking in some chrome, and I erased some of it. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish that off. Got this darker version called Clay. So at this point I am going in with heavier pressure, knowing that I do not want to be coming back to finish, that this is my finishing layers I'm going in to do. Something just fell. And I think I know what it is. So as I'm having this get lighter, I need white to do the soft tooth in my sort of little mini dark to light blend I'm doing here. This is the lightest color. Back to the dark. One last little bit to the lines. Then the nose of the truck, we have to deal with that. We have the nose of the truck. We have these little scallops. I think I want to keep the truck brown though. White, browns, black. So this is the darker color. I'm going to grab the light ochre. I've noticed, compared to my swatches that I did on the Bristol Vellum, that these colors are a little more muted than on my swatches. Okay, let's see what the syrup does. I'm going in very, very lightly with this because this is a pretty dark. Again, it is milk chocolate, not the dark chocolate color. I'm going to go back to the light ochre again. Increasing my pressure. I'm going to try something. Here's the dark brown. This is super dark. This is that dark. So we have the tooth mostly filled in. So this, it has a feeling of slickness. And so it's resisting, since the tooth is filled with waxes and oils. I believe these are a wax-based pencil. So I am just adding just a hint of this brown in, again, what I call a glaze. There's actually, you can see a little bit of the tooth back on the back side right here. So I'm letting this touch the back side. I have not done the door yet. So let's go ahead and use this color. It's kind of like, I don't want this truck to be shiny and new looking. He's a little bit old and worn out. So that is the look I'm after here. I'm now working on the door. I think I'm coming up with my game plan for the little flags. I'm going to go ahead and let the door be lighter. I will probably blend that out with white or a blender pencil perhaps. Okay, so now I've got the little scallops, and here's my plan. I have pretty much 3 distinct colors, and then because I have a light and dark version of that ochre. So I've got 3 of them in my hand, and I'm going to just very simply chocolatize. And I think I'm going to change up the placement. Okay, for that. These little scallops, little decorative. I will keep every 4th one. Okay, coming back in with the middle color. This is my milk chocolate color. All right. Now the lightest color. Oops. Let's let you see the whole thing in context. All right, there it is. All of the browns from my chocolate cake truck done. So I'm seeing that the gray, if I'm really wanting to finish these off as much as I can minus any embellishing, I need to grab the gray. Here is the dark gray. I have cool gray as well, and I want to smooth this out back here. Now I'm going in with the darker. And until I get the one next to it going. So I have the bottom 3 trucks, if you'll see them all of them have the dark for the inside, and whether or not I want to go back and darken using black, I probably will, but I want to wait until all 3 trucks are done. So I mostly did this truck and added in some accents. I have to darken the colors up. Oh, and I see I got all carried away. Where is my... last 2 light flags? Okay. We've still got some time for me to do some more finishing touches. I would love, since I got that truck done, that was the last truck that I saved to work with you guys on, and now I want to finish off the green. I have a variety of greens. I have forest green. Hunter green is pretty close to it. It's a tiny bit darker. I have the light green, apple green. And that might be it for the greens. So I want to not get too much darker on the back here where I roughed in probably the hunter green. So I am going to try removing the tooth by going in with medium pressure with apple green over the top, which will keep it from getting any darker, but will fill in the tooth. I could also do the same thing with a very similar, if not exact same result, by using a blender pencil. Which ironically, this Kalour 120 set came with a blender pencil. It came with a white gel pen, which I haven't even tried yet. Here's the white gel pen. The Kalour blender pencil you guys have seen me use. And then it also came with a sharpener. So I thought that was a pretty good value for the money. I think I paid just under $20 for this set in a tube. I had to buy my own case. I am now I'm seeing quite a few sets on Amazon that come with the case for around the $20 mark, and the case alone costs around $20 for a good one. So there's some good deals out there in the cheap Chinese pencil part of the world. So I hope you guys can see the effects of doing that extra layer with a little bit lighter color, especially if you want to. You can either knock back the color by using a white or very light color, or if you want to keep it the same tone that you have on the paper and not go any darker. And that way, see, I had done these little accents, little shadow lines, and the shadow lines have stayed, which is exactly what I wanted. I have not colored in all of these flowers, and there I left that leaf done, not done. All of these little guys will probably be a shimmer. Okay, so this color is apple green right here. I also gave this one a lit headlight. Any headlight that I could see, like this right here, I could probably put yellow. That one is just the chrome. That's the chrome. The grill, and the headlight is part of the grill. That could be yellow, and that's probably chrome. So that's kind of my game plan with the lights. All right, so the lighter of the two, I believe forest green. I'm going to check. So there's my forest green right here. There's how dark the hunter green is, quite a bit darker. So I'm going to stick with forest green to fill in the tooth up here. I figure as I go through each of these images, I will shake up and vary what it is I am sharing with you, not always showing the same part of the work, while always moving forward to completion. I am a very slow colorist, so the exercise of keeping myself moving forward and not overthinking is very good. Okay, so now I have those pretty much finished off, and I want to go in with that darker hunter green and give some shadow to this particular. Forest green is the lighter, hunter green is the darkest that I have out. So again, it's feeling a little bit like a slick surface because I have already filled in all the tooth, which was my plan, and now I just want a soft darkening. If I had left the tooth, it would have been a much more dramatic effect, and that was not what I am after. All right, so there's that truck done. A couple more flowers could be colored. I was holding off on this flower. I might even leave it white. And this is a dump truck in my mind. So I could do some chrome here if I wanted, you know, like the steel plating is what I was envisioning. I really wanted over here. So with this truck, with the browns, I wanted to have it have like a bone or tan colored. None of my cabs are white. They're all colored. So I don't have access to that type of color. So I would have to consider. Now I had a shadow already put down when I did the initial laydown. Oh, and then here's the funny thing. I decided on this. I told you guys specifically that my light source is like over here. And then look at, I just did the balloons tonight, and I see that the light source is the opposite side on the red truck. So I'm just filling in the tooth of these trees. I've got my wood tones put away, but I will bring them back out. So I did also add yellow to the stars, and I am going to take what I hope is the lightest, the light ochre, and I am going to fill in some of this tooth. I believe this light ochre with this particular set, this is the lightest brown that I have available to me. So this is my wood panel truck, and I had some chromey lines on these two rims, so I will be doing those in a silver metallic pen. We are moving right along time-wise. All right, I have filled that tooth in, and I might go in. I have the greens in my hand, which is not what I want. Yeah, so I want to leave this cab white. I do not have a light enough brown to achieve. Here is clay. This is me adding in some wood plank looking lines. And I have syrup, which is my milk chocolate color, and I can come back in and put some more lines. But I think you get the idea. Since I can't do the bone tone, I've got a very light warm gray. There's my warm gray, C03, maybe it's 096. It gets hard to read. That's 096. I'm going to set this one down. That's the light ochre. And I need to sharpen this. I think I will settle for just some tan lines. So instead of like a bone ivory aged color, it's just going to be a white. I might even, on this particular one, commit to lighter colored seat and steering wheel. Doing a little more with the door. I will probably blend this out with a blender. I might even leave it a little more on the rustic side, but I do want yellow for the headlight. And the last thing I want to do, we are at 41 minutes. I want to, I have pink. I don't have like a salmon. Let's see if I can grab a salmon really quick, because salmon, and there is a color, there is the salmon color right here. Salmon, that's very light. I was thinking more like the flamingo color because I want to fill in the tooth of the red truck. And that will be my final thing to do. And the salmon color, I see it. I really wish it was that bright. Look how bright that is. I do not think that's how bright this is going to be. All right, so I am just going around leaving those white areas as light, reflecting. Maybe it's an older truck. A faded red old farm truck bringing a giant order. Oh, hey, and you can't see what I'm doing. Oh, that is so funny. Sorry about that. It happens. Kind of excited to put a bunch of chrome on all of these vehicles. So far, the embellishments, I guess I'm not a big embellishment person, but I'm not necessarily a coloring page person either, so this will be kind of fun. So I will be doing some more work with this. Let's take a look at what we've got. I will start at the top. Haven't even touched the aquarium truck yet. Fleshed out the greens and the wood paneling. Got rid of most of the tooth of the trees. I probably will go on the white edge with white. This will have some white. I colored those, haven't touched the balloons since I filled them in. I have not done any more yellow, but I did finish our ice cream. I haven't done anything for our generator or AC unit in the back, and we did not touch the candy truck. I wish I had glossy accents to the glass on the bottles. I might have something to work on the candy truck to glossy up the candies, and then we have the cake truck that we did together. All right, I'm a little over 45 minutes, so hopefully you enjoyed this page. I will probably, like I said, just do one last, I might start some chrome and then do some chrome with you to finish it off, and then we will be moving right on to our butterfly. I'm guessing that the next set that I have in my arsenal going alphabetically is likely the Marie's, which is a 168 set. I do have a detailed walkthrough of the Marie's. I also have a detailed walkthrough of the Kalour 120s. Maybe I will add a card to the detailed walkthrough. And again, all of these trucks were done with the Kalour 120. And it's the black barrel version. So do all the YouTube things, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we will be back to color more tomorrow.